On this episode, I get distracted. I know. But it's the first time. This real estate stuff is not easy, so send me your questions and I will answer them. This is the Ask Jason Show. Hello everybody, my name is Jason Piercey and this is episode 99. Can you believe that? 99. Niner. 90, what? There's a microphone here. That's why I do things like 99. I don't know why I did that. Here's one for you. Joe's got a dog and I'm allergic to dogs. And my allergic reaction is like asthmatic symptoms. That's what happens to me. I have reactive airways. So this is what it's like when I'm at Joe's house now. That's true. So this should be a fun episode to film. I'm going to slow it down so I can breathe. Joe thinks that this topic is boring. So you said that, right? It's a boring topic. Well, I think Joe's boring. Actually, Joe's not boring. He's actually really interesting. We talk about existentialism sometimes. We were just talking about comparing and contrasting. What was it? What'd you say? Existentialism, pseudoscientism? This is pseudo-filmography. That's not even what filmography means. Videography. See, I can't breathe. It ain't the COVID, boy. Relax. Anyway, Joe thinks this is boring. I had a really complicated situation where one party had a house that they had listed for sale. Another party offered on the house to close, and the deal came together. Everybody was happy with price, terms, conditions. But then the sellers needed more time because they had their other deal got messed up. It's a new construction, permitting issues, material shortages, all COVID-related stuff. So they needed more time to close, like a couple of months. And the purchasers were okay to oblige, but they weren't happy. Like they were upset. And then more time passed, and then they needed another extension on closing. And then the purchasers were like, you know what? You're dicking us around and we're not happy about this and we're not okay with it. So if you don't hold up to the agreement that we've already negotiated, we're just calling lawyers. We're forcing you to close the sale or suing for damages. Whichever one happens, we're not okay with that. So that obviously got tangly. How could you think this is boring? It's got lawsuits and everything. This is like an episode of Suits. Well, how do you, like, where's Donna? Where's Donna? Donna. And I don't want to be Mike, I want to be Harvey. No, I want to be Harvey and Mike. And I want to be Donna. Is that weird? I just want to be Harvey. Can you make me Harvey? You're going to make me lose. So, the purpose of this story that I'm telling you is to identify the difference in how certain people look at money. This is the point. And if you can look at money from a different perspective, you're able to negotiate something that's actually in your best interest so that both sides can be happy with the decision because both people got what they want, but they both got completely different things. That sounded complicated in my head. Was that complicated? Let me explain. There's a bunch of different ways to look at money. Some people look at money on a weekly basis. Some people look at money on a bi-weekly basis because it's when they get paid. So like I get paid every second Thursday. So this bill comes out this time, this bill comes out this time. I pay my rent here, I pay my mortgage here. Some people look at things monthly. Other people file their HST quarterly. So they think about their income in quarterly, in 3-month blocks in a year. Other people look at, these are all my expenses in a year. This is how much my salary is for a year. That's how I look at my finances. Other people look at net worth. So take all of your assets and all of your liabilities. What is the net difference between them? Positive, negative, how are you? I need a break because of this. Second. Coffee is a vasodilator. So if you're ever having an asthma attack, drink really, really strong coffee or take your rescue inhaler, preferably, but I don't have one with me right now, so I'm gargling coffee. In this situation, we had people who were upset that they had to wait another couple of months. And then we had people who didn't really have a choice because their business operates from their home and they couldn't afford to close down their business for a couple of months while the house is ready, and everybody was upset. So the people who wanted to sell offered, because it was going to be a 2-month delay, the people who wanted to sell offered a discount of $5,000 on the house. So now you have to pay $5,000 less to get this house. The people who were buying it looked at how much money that saves them on a monthly basis. And it's like $30 or $40. So they were pissed off that all they were saving was $30 or $40 a month. And the people who were selling were like, but it's not. It's $5,000. It's $5,000 straight out of our pocket. People who were buying were like, no, we want $1,000 a month for the 2 months that we have to wait. And the people who were selling were like, but that's way less money. That's 40% of what we offered you. So yeah, you can have that because that's better for us. And the people who were buying were like, well, it's better for us too. And the people who were selling were like, no, it's not. You just think it is because you look at money on a monthly basis and I look at money holistically on the long term. Oh, there's somebody walking a German Shepherd up the street. Joe's new dog that makes me not breathe is a German Shepherd. I didn't see the dog first. I saw the person walking it because it's the brightest neon yellow. It's basically a highlighter with legs, is what this looks like. Speaking of highlighters, do you remember that kids magazine, Highlights? Used to have to you had to search for the things and find like somebody's face in like a tree kind of, and you had to circle the differences in things, and they had all these little different puzzles. Do you remember that? Highlights, man. That a Canadian thing? I feel like it's a Canadian thing. Go Canada. Speaking of Go Canada, how about Schitt's Creek winning all the Emmys? I'm really off track. What are we talking about? Oh yeah. So that's a situation whereby something incredibly, because now everybody's okay. Both sides are happy somehow. So 10 seconds ago, y'all were getting sued, and now everybody's happy. And everybody's happy because we were able to reframe the situation so that the way one person looks at money and the way another person looks at money are completely different, but they can come together in this joyous little arrangement so that everybody is okay. Now, lesson, there's a couple. You probably think about money wrong, first of all. Most people in the world. I do. Definitely I do. Money, whew. But the other maybe better lesson is that there's always a solution. Always a solution. How you get to the solution is by identifying the top priorities of everybody who are involved in the problem. If you can figure out that, you can always figure out a solution. And that's how basically every episode of Suits ends, because I watched the first 5 seasons and then I was like, I already know what's gonna happen. And then they brought Izzy from Meredith, Derek, McDreamy and McSteamy, Grey's Anatomy. Yes, see? The connections, get the synapses firing, and then they brought her in. She was like a total bitch, but she's really good at what she did. And then I was like, but I don't really like, what's her name? Katherine Heigl. Boom! What? Right? It's Katherine Heigl. Anyway, I read an article one time online about how Katherine Heigl just disappeared from the whole acting community. And apparently it's because she is terrible to work with. But now she's back again, so maybe she got a little adjustment at the chiropractor. Anyway, I don't know. Anyway, I can't breathe. This episode's over. Moral of the story is you're probably thinking about money wrong, and if you were thinking about money a little bit better, all of the money from you and all the money from them could be sorted out because it's all the same money. It's just how you move it. Do you leverage it or do you use cash? Because to one of you, it matters. To the other one, you don't. You can fix all of your negotiating problems if you identify clearly what people's priorities are. Thank you for watching this episode of Ask Jason Show. I think that's it. I don't know why you made us say that. The Ask Jason Show exists so that you can get good real estate related information from a resource that you can trust. Now, speaking of resources you can trust, here's a couple I would trust to work with my mom. Because good enough for mom, good enough for you. What? Touch the tip of it. Touch the tip of it? That's so gross. Can you hear it?